The sun that Saturday afternoon was wicked, the kind that could fry eggs right on the car bonnet. Lagos heat was showing no mercy. Caleb Martins, one of Nigeria's youngest billionaires, stepped out of Mega Plaza Superstore in Victoria Island. He was tall, calm, and ridiculously handsome, the kind of man mothers prayed their daughters would accidentally bump into. His driver, Musa, already stood by the sleek black G-Wagon, engine humming softly, but Caleb didn't enter immediately. Something held him back. Maybe it was the smell of roasted corn mixed with suya spice floating from across the road. Maybe it was the cheerful chaos of Lagos vendors shouting, "Gala! Cold, pure water!" Or maybe, just maybe, destiny had small plans for him that day. As he adjusted his designer shades, scanning the busy street, he heard a soft, shaky voice behind him. "Excuse me, sir, please, can you help me with a little money for food?" He turned, and for a second, his world paused. The girl standing there looked like she'd walked straight out of a sad movie. Barefoot, her simple gown was torn at the side, her long hair untidy but naturally beautiful. Her dark skin glowed under the sun like melted chocolate. But it was her eyes that got him. Big, tired eyes that carried both pain and pride. Caleb swallowed hard. This wasn't the type of girl who'd ever approach him. He'd seen models, actresses, even a senator's daughter once begged to be his PA. But something about this girl hit him differently. He blinked, trying to find his words. I don't have cash right now," he stammered. "Let me just use that ATM across the road. Please wait here. Don't go, I'll be right back." She gave a small nod, clutching her stomach. "Okay, sir, thank you." Caleb dashed across the street like someone running from fuel price increase. He typed his PIN so fast the ATM almost complained. While waiting for the cash, he turned back twice just to be sure she was still there. By the time he returned with the money, she was gone. Completely gone. He looked left, right, even checked behind parked cars. Nothing. "Wait, what kind of spiritual hide-and-seek is this?" he muttered under his breath. He asked the roasted corn woman nearby, "Madam, you see one fine girl, barefoot, wearing torn gown?" The woman looked at him suspiciously. "Which one? The one we beg you? She don't walk a since. Maybe she don't enter bus." Caleb sighed deeply. "She didn't even wait. I told her I'd be back." He stood by his car for a while, staring blankly at the busy street, the noise, the hawkers, the chaos. But in all that noise he felt an emptiness. Something had shifted inside him. That night, back at the Martins mansion in Banana Island, Caleb walked in looking distracted. His father, Chief Henry Martins, sat on a gold-trimmed sofa, sipping whiskey and watching a news channel about oil prices. "Ah, my son, you're back," Chief Henry said, lowering his glass. "So how are the wedding plans going with Senator Adewale's daughter? The engagement is next month, oh." "I hope you're serious this time," Caleb groaned, dropping his car keys on the table. "Dad, not again. I told you I don't love that girl." Chief Henry frowned. "Love, my friend, grow up. Love doesn't build legacies. Partnership does. When we join families with the Adewales, our businesses will dominate the market. You'll thank me later." Caleb laughed dryly. "Oh, so I'm just an investment now?" His father adjusted his agbada. "You're the future of this empire. Stop acting like a street boy." Caleb shook his head. "I'd rather be a street boy than a puppet." He turned and stormed upstairs before his father could reply. That night, he lay in bed, staring at the chandelier above him. But all he could think about was her, that barefoot girl with sad eyes. "God," he whispered softly, "if I ever see her again, I won't let her go. Not this time." The next day came with dry heat and impatient traffic horns. Caleb sat in his home office pretending to read a contract, but his mind was far from numbers. He kept replaying her face in his head, the way she looked at him like she didn't want to beg but had no choice. Then his phone rang. It was Chike, one of his site supervisors at a new construction project in Surulere. "Good morning, sir. Sorry to disturb you this early." "No problem, Chike. What's wrong?" Sir, we found someone sleeping inside one of the unfinished buildings. A young woman. She looks weak and sickly. She's begging us not to send her away, says she has nowhere to go. Caleb straightened in his chair. A young woman? Did she say her name? No, sir, but she's dark-skinned, quite pretty, wearing a torn white dress. Caleb froze. His heartbeat picked up. Don't touch her, he said quickly. I'm on my way. Before Chike could respond, the line went dead. Caleb grabbed his keys and drove off. Lagos traffic tried its nonsense, but today he wasn't in the mood. He overtook, honked, even took one way once, all in the name of rushing. When he got to the site, the workers gathered like villagers waiting for village meeting. Where is she? Caleb asked, barely out of the car. Chike pointed toward an open block. Caleb walked fast, his shoes crunching on gravel, and there she was, lying on the dusty floor, curled up like a sleeping cat. The same girl. Her hair was messy, her skin pale from exhaustion, and that torn dress still clung to her like it had refused to give up. Caleb just stood there, staring. For a man who had seen the world, this moment felt unreal. After a while, her eyelids fluttered. She looked up, dazed, then her eyes widened. You? She gasped. She sat up quickly. Please, sir, don't send me away. I'm sorry. I just wanted to rest. I'll leave soon. I swear I didn't mean to trespass. Her voice trembled, and Caleb felt something in his chest soften. He shook his head slowly. You can't stay here. It's not safe. Anything could happen to you. Tears welled in her eyes. I know, but I don't have anywhere else to go. He exhaled deeply. Then come with me. She blinked. Sir? You'll come with me? My house is big enough for one more person. You can stay in the guest room, help around if you want. I'll make sure you're fine. She stared at him like she was dreaming. Sir, you don't even know me. Caleb smiled faintly. Maybe I don't need to. Yesterday I failed to help you. I'm not making that mistake again. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she bent her head. Thank you, sir. God bless you. He nodded. What's your name? Naomi, she said softly. Naomi, he repeated. Nice name. Let's go. As they walked toward the car, Chike and the workers watched in shock. It wasn't every day you saw your billionaire boss carrying a barefoot girl into his G-Wagon. Inside the car, Naomi kept staring at her hands, too shy to look up. Caleb glanced at her briefly, and for the first time in years, he felt peace. The girl who vanished like air had returned. Only this time, she was sitting right beside him. The next morning, the Martins' mansion smelled like heaven. Soft steam floated from the kitchen as the aroma of jollof rice and fried plantain danced through the air. Naomi, dressed in a clean gown Caleb had given her, stood by the gas cooker humming quietly. For the first time in a very long while, peace had finally found her. She had slept in a real bed, not a carton under a bridge, had a proper bath, and now she was doing something she truly loved. Cooking. If happiness had a flavour, it would probably smell just like that jollof. She didn't hear the footsteps immediately, but she felt them. Sharp, impatient heels echoing across the marble floor. When she turned, her heart nearly stopped. Standing at the kitchen door was a woman who looked like she had walked straight out of a fashion magazine. Her long lashes looked like ceiling fans, her gold earrings sparkled like she owned the sun, and her perfume was fighting the jollof aroma for dominance. The woman crossed her arms dramatically. "Excuse me," she said, her voice cutting through the air. "Who exactly are you?" Naomi blinked nervously. "Good morning, Ma. I'm just cooking." "Cooking?" the woman repeated, her eyebrows rising like she had just heard a crime. "In my man's house?" Naomi froze. "I'm sorry, Ma. Mr. Caleb brought me here yesterday. He said I could help with—" "Help," the woman interrupted, her tone dripping with sarcasm. "Help or trap him?" Naomi frowned slightly, not understanding. "Ma?" "Don't ma me," she snapped. "My name is Vanessa, Caleb's girlfriend, and I don't remember him telling me he opened a charity home for street girls." Naomi swallowed hard. "I didn't mean any disrespect. He was just being kind." Vanessa laughed, a cold, mocking laugh that could slice bread. Oh, please. You people are all the same. You show up with your innocent face and sad story. Next thing, you're serving food in the man's kitchen like you own the place. Now, real-life version of Nollywood movie be this. Naomi's voice shook. That's not it, Ma. I just needed a safe place to stay. Vanessa smirked. Safe place? Abby's safe husband? Same difference. Before Naomi could answer, a deep male voice came from the doorway. Vanessa, what's going on here? Naomi turned quickly. Caleb Martins, tall, calm, and clearly annoyed, was standing behind her, wearing his casual joggers. Vanessa spun around, eyes wide. Oh, perfect timing. Maybe you can explain why there's a stranger in your kitchen stirring your jollof like she's your wife. Caleb sighed. Vanessa, I told you about her yesterday. She's the girl I saw outside the supermarket, the one who had nowhere to go. Vanessa frowned, her voice rising. You brought her here? To this mansion? Are you mad? She could be a thief, a scammer, or a juju girl from Ibadan. Caleb's jaw tightened. She's none of those things. She's just a girl who needed help. Vanessa scoffed. Ha! Help today, heartbreak tomorrow. I've seen this movie before. Next thing, she's sleeping in your room and calling you babe. Caleb folded his arms. Vanessa, let's be honest. You've never liked cooking, cleaning, or even staying here longer than 2 hours. You only come for photos and parties. Vanessa blinked. And so, you're a billionaire, Caleb. You can hire staff for that. He chuckled coldly. Right, and the one person doing it from her heart is suddenly a threat? Vanessa gasped. Are you actually defending her? Yes, Caleb replied calmly, because she hasn't insulted anyone since she got here. She's grateful, respectful, and real, something I barely see these days. Vanessa stepped back, shaking her head. Wow, so this is how it starts. Street girl cooks one pot of rice and now she's Mother Teresa. Vanessa, you came here uninvited. Caleb said quietly, don't come into my house and insult someone I chose to help. Vanessa gave a slow, sarcastic clap. You know what? Maybe you deserve each other. Enjoy your charity project while it lasts. She turned sharply to Naomi. Enjoy it, girl, because men like him get bored fast. And with that, her heels clicked out of the kitchen like a villain exiting a stage. Naomi stood frozen, holding her spoon tightly. I'm sorry, sir, she whispered. Caleb looked at her gently. Don't apologize. She crossed the line, not you. She's right, sir. I shouldn't have stayed. I don't want to cause trouble between you two. Caleb shook his head. Naomi, you did nothing wrong. I brought you here because I believe kindness should still mean something. Let her be angry if she wants. You did what was right. Naomi gave a shy smile. Thank you, sir, he smiled back. Now, tell me, is that jollof ready? Because all this drama has increased my appetite. Naomi laughed softly. Almost, sir, just the plantain left. Perfect, he said, because this house hasn't smelled this good in years. Later that evening, Caleb's phone buzzed. Dad appeared on the screen. He sighed before picking up. Good evening, Chief. Chief Henry Martins wasted no time. So, Caleb, I got a visitor this morning, Vanessa. She claims there's a strange girl living in your mansion, wearing your clothes and cooking your food. What's going on? Caleb rubbed his forehead. Dad, it's nothing like that. Her name is Naomi. She's someone I helped from the street. She had nowhere to stay. Caleb, listen, Chief Henry said sternly. Helping people is good, but these Lagos girls are something else. They look pitiful today, and tomorrow they're plotting your downfall. Be careful. Dad, Caleb replied. Naomi isn't like that. She's simple and honest. His father sighed. What about Vanessa? That girl loves you. She said she was crying all morning. Caleb chuckled bitterly. Loves me? Dad, Vanessa loves my lifestyle, not me. You and her father planned that relationship, not me. Watch your tongue, Chief Henry snapped. That marriage is important to both families. You can't ruin years of partnership because of a random girl you picked up. Caleb stood up, pacing. Then marry her yourself, Dad. I'm not doing it. I'm not marrying a woman I don't love just to keep business running. Chief Henry's voice dropped. So, is it this Naomi girl you're falling for? Caleb gave a tired laugh. Good night, Dad. He hung up before his father could continue. 1 week later, Caleb had travelled to Abuja for a business meeting. Naomi stayed behind, keeping the house neat and quiet. She spent the afternoon cutting vegetables for stew when she heard the sound of the gate creaking open. Musa's voice wasn't there, which meant Caleb wasn't back yet. The front door opened, and in walked Vanessa, wearing a bright dress and a scowl that could burn a hole through steel. Naomi froze. "So you're still here?" Vanessa said with a cold smile. "Aha, stubborn girl. I thought by now you'd have packed your Ghana must-go and left." Naomi swallowed. "Good afternoon, Ma." Vanessa dropped her handbag on the couch like she owned the mansion. "So you're still here cooking? Very bold. Anyway, since you like working, go outside and wash my clothes." Naomi blinked. "Ma?" "Yes! My clothes are outside by the tap. I brought them for you from my house. Wash all of them. I want them clean before sunset." "Ma, I'm preparing lunch for Mr. Caleb. Maybe after." "Did I ask you for story?" Vanessa snapped. "Go and wash those clothes before I change my mind and flog you like a stubborn child now." Naomi's voice trembled. "Please, Ma, you don't have to talk to me like this. I will definitely wash your clothes, Ma." Vanessa laughed wickedly. "Talk to you how? Don't forget where you were picked from, under the bridge. You should be thanking me for even speaking to you at all." She eyed Naomi from head to toe. "Look at you. Rough hair, village slippers, dry skin. You look like you came from a thick bush on foot, and you're still here eating my man's food." Naomi bit her lip, holding back tears. Vanessa crossed her arms. "Don't worry, En. When Caleb comes back tonight, you'll pack out. I'll make sure of it." Naomi turned slowly and walked to the backyard. The sun was hot. Her eyes were red, but she quietly picked up Vanessa's clothes and began washing them. From the living room, Vanessa scrolled through her phone proudly, smiling to herself. "Rubbish girl," she muttered. "We'll see how long this pity project lasts." Then hours later, the sun was slowly dying behind the clouds when Caleb Martin's black Lexus SUV glided into the mansion compound. The air was calm, the kind of Lagos evening that whispered peace after a long day. Caleb had returned earlier than planned. He wanted to surprise Naomi, the quiet girl who had turned his silent mansion into something that finally felt like home. On the passenger seat beside him sat a small basket of fresh fruits and a neatly wrapped box. Nothing extravagant, just a token of appreciation. For the first time in months, he felt a strange kind of excitement bubbling in his chest. He told himself it was gratitude, but deep down, even he knew it was more than that. He stepped out of the car and was about to call Musa when he heard a sharp, angry voice slicing through the calm evening. "Wash it again, you useless girl! Are you deaf or just pretending?" Caleb froze. The voice came from behind the house. He walked briskly but quietly along the side path until he saw them, and what he saw made his blood boil. Naomi was crouched beside a large basin, her small hands red from scrubbing. A pile of designer clothes lay beside her, none of which belonged to her. And standing over her like a self-appointed queen of wickedness was Vanessa, arms folded, face twisted in arrogance. Caleb's jaw tightened. "Vanessa," he said quietly, but his tone carried weight. Naomi turned quickly, her heart skipping. When she saw him, the soap slipped from her hand. Her eyes widened, embarrassed and helpless. Vanessa, on the other hand, tried to play innocent immediately. "Oh, Caleb, you're back early," she said with a fake smile, flipping her hair. Caleb's voice was calm but cold. "What's going on here?" "Oh, nothing," she said quickly, waving her manicured fingers. "She said she likes helping, so I gave her something to do." Caleb stared at her. "Helping? By washing your clothes with her bare hands? In this house where we literally have 3 washing machines?" Vanessa laughed nervously. "Ah, baby, calm down. You're overreacting. I was only joking with her." "Don't lie," Caleb said sharply. "I heard everything. You called her useless, dirty, and a poor village girl." Vanessa blinked. "So, you were standing there listening?" "Yes," he said, stepping closer. Long enough to see the real you. Her smile faded. Caleb, don't let this girl fool you. This is exactly how these street girls behave. They come looking helpless, then start manipulating soft-hearted men like you. You think she's innocent? Just wait. Enough, Caleb cut in, his tone dropping low and dangerous. What are you even doing here, Vanessa? I didn't invite you. Vanessa's face twisted. So that's it now? You're taking her side over me? I'm taking the side of decency, he said coldly. You don't live here, you don't pay rent here, and you have no right to humiliate anyone in my house. Vanessa scoffed and clapped slowly, her voice dripping with sarcasm. Wow, so the billionaire has fallen for his charity project. You've replaced me with a roadside girl. Fantastic. Caleb took a deep breath and said slowly, Vanessa, please leave. She blinked. What did you just say? I said leave my house. Her jaw dropped. You're throwing me out because of her? No, he said firmly. I'm asking you to leave because of you, because of your arrogance, your pride, and your wicked tongue. I've tolerated your attitude for too long, but not anymore. Vanessa laughed bitterly. You'll regret this, Caleb Martins. One day you'll realize she's after your money. Maybe, he replied, but at least she hasn't used my name to chase clout or insulted people beneath her. That's something you'll never understand. Vanessa's eyes flared. She pointed a long acrylic nail at Naomi. You think you've won, eh? Enjoy it while it lasts. You'll be back on the street soon. Naomi didn't say a word. She just stood there, eyes wet, holding the half-washed shirt in her hands. Out, Caleb said again, his tone final. Vanessa hissed loudly, grabbed her designer handbag and stormed out, her heels clacking like gunshots on the tiles. The gates slammed behind her. Silence filled the compound. Only the soft sound of water dripping from Naomi's basin remained. Caleb turned to her slowly. Naomi, she shook her head quickly. Please, sir, don't be angry. I didn't mean to cause trouble. I should have just left when she came. He frowned. Don't ever say that. You didn't do anything wrong. I should have protected you better. Naomi's voice broke slightly. I didn't come here to destroy anything, sir. I only wanted peace and a place to breathe again. I know, he said gently, and I promise you'll have that peace. She looked at him, her eyes glistening. But people will talk. They'll say I trapped you, that I used you. Caleb smiled faintly. Let them talk. The truth doesn't need a press conference. I know why I helped you, and that's enough. She hesitated. You're not ashamed? He looked straight into her eyes. Ashamed? No. If anything, I'm proud of what I did. I saw someone who needed help, and I chose kindness. And somewhere along the way, he paused. Her heartbeat quickened. Along the way? Caleb exhaled softly. Along the way, I fell for you. Naomi's breath caught. Sir, he smiled gently. And please stop calling me sir. My name is Caleb. She swallowed hard, confused and overwhelmed. Mr. Caleb, I don't even know what to say. Then don't say anything yet, he said. Just listen. I don't know how or when it happened, Naomi, but I can't stop thinking about you. The way you speak, the way you smile, even the way you burn toast sometimes, it all feels like life again. Naomi's eyes filled with tears. You've been too kind to me, but I'm not ready for that. I came here broken. I'm still trying to find myself. He nodded slowly. I understand. You do? Yes, he said. Love shouldn't feel like pressure. You don't owe me anything, Naomi. I helped you because I wanted to, not because I expected anything back. Naomi looked away, voice trembling. All I really want is to work, save up, and go back to school. That's been my dream since forever. Caleb smiled warmly. Then let's make it happen. Her eyes widened. Sir, I mean Caleb, no, you've done enough already. I don't want to be a burden. You're not a burden, he said softly. You're a reminder that good people still exist. Tell me, what do you want to study? Law, she said shyly. I like writing and I love talking. I love facts. I love arguments. Maybe one day I'll be a voice people listen to, defending and fighting for the helpless. Caleb's eyes softened. You already have a voice worth listening to. You just don't realize it yet. She chuckled lightly. You and your sweet words. You just like encouraging people. I mean it, he said, and I'll help you make that dream real, not because I expect love, but because I believe you deserve a chance. Naomi blinked back tears and whispered, Thank you, Mr. Caleb. Truly, he smiled. You're welcome. Now, drop those clothes. It's time for dinner and I'm not eating alone tonight. For the first time, she laughed. A soft, genuine laugh that made even the evening wind pause. Naomi was in the kitchen that evening, singing softly to herself as she sliced ugu leaves. The sweet aroma of fried pepper sauce filled the air, and she was already planning how to surprise Caleb with dinner before he got home. Then, ding dong, the doorbell rang. She wiped her hands on her apron and hurried to the door, thinking it was Musa, the driver, or maybe Chike, the site supervisor, coming to drop off something from the office. But when she opened the door, she froze. Standing there was an elegant older woman in fine lace, head tie sitting perfectly, her gold jewellery glinting softly under the evening light. She carried herself like royalty, calm, confident, and quietly commanding respect. Naomi's heart skipped. She didn't need to be told who it was. Good evening, Naomi greeted quickly, bowing slightly. Please come in, ma. The woman smiled warmly. Thank you, my dear. Is Caleb at home? No, ma. He just stepped out with Chike, but he'll be back soon. Please, ma, come inside. Naomi led her into the sitting room, neat, fresh-smelling, everything in place. She had just finished mopping the floor an hour ago, and the cushions still looked puffed like new. Caleb's mother, Madame Beatrice Martins, sat gracefully on the couch and glanced around the house. This place is beautiful, she said softly. Very clean. Thank you, ma, Naomi replied shyly, smiling. Do you live here with my son? Naomi blinked. No, ma, I just help him around, cooking, cleaning, small things. Madame Beatrice chuckled, a soft motherly laugh. And you do them very well, I see. Naomi scratched her head and smiled again. I try my best, ma. The older woman's eyes softened. You must be Naomi, right? Yes, ma, Naomi replied. My boss has said so many wonderful things about you, ma. He always talks about how beautiful and smart you are. Madame Beatrice laughed lightly. Caleb said that? Yes, ma, every time. The woman smiled with quiet surprise. Well, he's also told me a few things about you too. You're polite, hard-working, and respectful. Naomi's face turned pink. Ma, I'm just trying. I'm not perfect, though. There was a brief silence. Then Naomi suddenly asked, Ma, would you like something to eat while you wait? I just started cooking soup, but I can quickly make something light. Beatrice waved her hand. Oh no, don't worry, my dear. I'm fine. Please, ma, Naomi insisted. At least let me fry small rice for you. It won't take time. The older woman smiled. You sound just like my late mother. Okay, do your worst. Naomi grinned, ran into the kitchen and started working magic. She already knew from Caleb's stories that his mother loved fried rice and grilled chicken. Luckily, she had prepped some vegetables earlier that morning, so she moved fast. Within minutes, the aroma filled the whole house. Musa even poked his head from the corridor, saying, Auntie Naomi, this your food na temptation-o. Naomi laughed. Musa, I beg go outside Jai. Soon, she came back with a neat tray, steaming fried rice, golden chicken, sweet ripe plantain, and a chilled bottle of water. Mother, your food is ready, Naomi said softly. Beatrice blinked in surprise. You cooked this just now? Yes, ma, I already prepared everything earlier, so I just finished it up. The woman looked genuinely touched. Caleb wasn't joking when he said you're special. As Beatrice began to eat, her eyes widened. This is delicious, Naomi. Who taught you? Naomi smiled shyly. My mum, ma, she used to say, if you can cook well, hunger can never disgrace you. The older woman laughed heartily. Your mother was a wise woman. When she finished eating, Naomi quietly brought a bowl of warm water and a towel. What's that for? Beatrice asked, surprised. For your feet, ma, Naomi replied softly. Please let me wash them for you. My late mum used to say a mother's feet carry many journeys. They deserve rest. Beatrice was speechless. Nobody had ever said something that humble to her. Slowly, she let Naomi kneel and gently wash her feet, dry them and rub lotion. By the time Naomi finished, Beatrice's eyes were moist. She smiled deeply. "Naomi, you're a rare kind of woman. God bless you, my dear." Just then, the door opened. Caleb walked in, holding a small bag of fruits. "Mom," he said, shocked. "You didn't tell me you were coming." Beatrice smiled calmly. "Surprise visit." Caleb dropped the bag, sat beside her, and looked at Naomi curiously. "Did she treat you well?" His mother chuckled. "If I say yes, that will be an understatement. This girl is gold, Caleb. Gold!" Caleb looked pleased. "I told you, Mom, you needed to meet her before judging." She sighed. "Well, I didn't come here empty-handed. Vanessa came to my house the other day, crying crocodile tears. She said you dumped her for a street girl and begged me to come drive Naomi away." Caleb laughed dryly. "That's Vanessa for you. She thinks drama is a love language." At first, his mother said, "I came because of her story, but now I see clearly. That girl Naomi has something Vanessa will never have. Character. The humility I saw today reminded me of my own youth. Vanessa could never." Caleb leaned forward. "Mom, I'm done with Vanessa. For real. She was Dad's choice, not mine. Dad kept saying business alliance, family partnership, good image. But me, I want peace. I'm tired of relationships that feel like board meetings." His mother chuckled. "And you think your father will take that news easily?" Caleb smirked. "That's why I need your help. Please talk to him. Let him know I've made my decision. I don't care about Vanessa's family's money. I care about happiness." Beatrice patted his hand gently. "Don't worry, my son. I'll talk to your father. Vanessa may be rich, but she lacks decency. I can't let such a woman enter my family." Caleb smiled with relief. "Thank you, Mom." 2 days later, while Caleb was reviewing some site plans of Chike in the living room, the door flung open like a Nollywood movie scene. Clack! 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 Vanessa's heels hit the marble floor like gunshots. "So this is it, Caleb?" she shouted immediately. "You actually chose that street girl over me?" Chike quietly picked up his bag. "Ogre, make I go smaller, beg." Caleb sighed. "Chike, please stay. You might need to witness this." Vanessa threw her bag on the chair. "You think you can dump me like trash? Me? Vanessa Raymond? Do you know who my father is?" Caleb smiled faintly. "Unfortunately, yes. A man who raised a daughter that doesn't know how to talk to people." She gasped. "So you're insulting my father now? Wow! This is the girl's influence, right? That beggar has bewitched you." "Vanessa, careful," Caleb said calmly. "Careful my foot," she screamed. "I even went to your mother to beg her to talk sense into you. She promised she would, and look what happened. You people are all the same. Foolish family." That was it. Caleb's calm face hardened. "Vanessa, you just insulted my mother. Get out." Vanessa blinked. "Excuse me?" "You heard me," he said, standing up. "You can insult me all you want, but the moment you mention my mother, that's your exit point." She laughed bitterly. "You're choosing that lowlife over me? That girl has nothing. No background, no name, no class." Caleb chuckled, sarcasm dripping. "And yet somehow she still has more manners than you, with all your so-called class." Vanessa's mouth dropped. "You'll regret this, Caleb." He smiled coldly. "Maybe, but at least I'll regret it in peace, not with you shouting in my ear every morning." "Fine," she snapped. "My father will end all business with your family. You'll lose everything." "Then tell him I said thank you," Caleb replied, voice calm like chilled Zobo. "Because I'd rather be broke with peace than rich with noise." Vanessa hissed, grabbed her bag and stormed out, slamming the door so hard Musa shouted from outside, "Oga, I be like say person day vex, oh." Caleb smiled faintly and turned to Chike. "You see, my brother, peace is priceless." That same evening, the Martins mansion felt unusually tense. Madame Beatrice Martins, Chief Henry's wife, was seated gracefully in the living room, sipping her evening tea and scrolling through her phone when the door burst open. Chief Henry stormed in like thunder, his face squeezed as though he'd just bitten pepper. Beatrice! Beatrice! You won't believe what your son has done this time, he barked, slamming his car keys on the table. Madame Lydia calmly placed her cup down. Ah, Henry, what is it this time? You look like you just lost an election. He ran a hand through his hair, pacing like a man chasing his thoughts. I just got a call from Vanessa. She was crying. Crying, Beatrice. She said Caleb has ended things completely, that he's now spending all his time with that street girl, the same one you refused to warn him about. Madame Beatrice raised an eyebrow, unimpressed. So, because of that, you came home to shout? Chief Henry threw his hands in the air. Do you even know what this means? Vanessa said if Caleb doesn't return to her, she'll beg her father to pull out of all our business deals. All of it! You know what that means for me, for our company. It could destroy everything. Madame Beatrice let out a sarcastic laugh. So let me get this straight. You came home, fuming like a broken kettle, not because you care about your son's happiness, but because of contracts? Beatrice, this is not about contracts, it's about... She cut in sharply. No, Henry, it's exactly about contracts. You've been planning this marriage like a business merger. You practically forced that Vanessa on our son. You said, love can wait, business first. Now look at you. Business is shaking and love has run away. Chief Henry frowned. That girl has no future, no name, no background. She's a beggar for crying out loud. Madame Beatrice folded her arms. Oh, but Vanessa has background. Right, background without character. That girl came here last week shouting like a market woman, calling me a weakling because I didn't chase Naomi away. She insulted me, Henry, called our family foolish. I didn't tell you because I wanted to see how far she'd go. Chief Henry blinked. She insulted you, Vanessa? Yes. And guess what? I didn't even reply her. But now I understand why Caleb doesn't want her. That girl, Naomi, the one you're calling street girl, she's the one who's been giving your son peace of mind. She's respectful, humble, hard-working. She helps him around the house, cooks, cleans, encourages him. She brings calmness to that boy's life, something Vanessa never could. Chief Henry groaned and sat down, rubbing his forehead. So, what do you want me to do? Just sit back and watch Chief Dominic ruin all our years of partnership? Madame Beatrice leaned closer. Henry, you always talk about legacy. Well, your real legacy is not your company, it's your son. Are you ready to trade Caleb's happiness for money? He went quiet. His phone buzzed. The screen flashed. Chief Dominic. Chief Henry sighed and answered. Good evening, Chief. Yes, I heard. Tomorrow morning? Yes, I'll be there. He ended the call and looked at his wife helplessly. He wants to see me tomorrow. Good, she said firmly. But when you go, don't go there as a businessman trying to save a deal. Go as a father defending his son. He nodded slowly. For once, Beatrice, I think you're right. The next morning, Chief Henry Martins arrived at Chief Dominic's mansion, his face calm but firm. He was led into the large sitting room where Chief Dominic sat, his eyes cold like ice water. Ah, my friend, thank you for coming, Chief Dominic said, forcing a smile. Good morning, Chief, Henry replied politely, taking a seat. Dominic didn't waste time. Henry, you already know why I called you. Your son has humiliated my daughter. Vanessa has been crying her eyes out since yesterday. She said Caleb dumped her for some street girl, some nobody with no class, no background. Chief Henry nodded slowly. I've heard everything, Chief. Dominic leaned forward. This relationship between our families was supposed to be more than romance. It was strategy. We were going to merge our legacies, build an empire together. But your son has chosen to disgrace us all because of some girl he picked from the gutter. Chief Henry took a deep breath. Chief, I didn't come here to beg or defend my son. I came to say one thing. My boy's happiness means more to me than all our business deals combined. Dominic's face darkened. Henry, are you out of your mind? He shook his head calmly. No, Chief. I've just regained it. I pushed Caleb into a relationship he didn't want because I thought it was smart business. But Vanessa has no respect for him or for my family. She's proud, rude, and entitled. My son doesn't love her, and I won't force him anymore. Dominic slammed the table. You'll regret this. You're choosing a beggar over my daughter? Henry looked him straight in the eyes. I'm choosing peace over pride. And you should start working on your daughter's character before you force her on another man. Dominic rose angrily. So all our years of friendship mean nothing? They mean a lot, Henry replied, standing up too, but not more than my child's peace of mind. If you want to end our partnership, do it, but I won't trade my son's future for money. Dominic glared. You'll regret this, Henry. Henry smiled faintly. Maybe, but I'd rather regret losing a deal than regret destroying my son's life. He turned, adjusted his cap, and walked out of the mansion with quiet dignity. For the first time in a long while, Chief Henry Martins felt free. That Sunday evening, Caleb and Naomi sat on the balcony of his house watching the sunset. The sky was orange and calm, just like their hearts. Caleb turned to her. Naomi, he said softly. She smiled shyly. Yes, Caleb? He went down on one knee. From his pocket, he pulled out a small velvet box. You walked into my life like a storm, yet brought me peace. I want to spend forever with you. Will you marry me? Naomi froze, tears filling her eyes. Caleb, I've loved you too, from the first day you stopped your car to ask why I was sleeping at that construction site. But I kept quiet because I didn't want you to think I was after your wealth. He smiled, sliding the ring on her finger. You were after my heart, Naomi, and you've got it completely. They hugged tightly as Musa the driver shouted from downstairs, Ogre Caleb, congratulations, oh! Finally, no more shouting from that Madame Vanessa. Everyone laughed. Years later, Naomi enrolled at the University of Lagos to study mass communication. She worked hard, remained humble, and later graduated with honours. Her wedding to Caleb was simple, classy, and full of joy. Chief Henry was proud. He finally saw what true wealth looked like. Peace. Meanwhile, somewhere across town, Vanessa sat quietly in her father's house, reflecting. Chief Dominic had told her bluntly, You lost a good man because of your pride. From today, you'll work and learn what humility means. Vanessa swallowed her pride, got a job at a marketing firm, and slowly began to change. Life humbled her, and for the first time she understood that money without manners is a curse. Naomi, on the other hand, grew stronger. 4 years after marriage, she opened a law firm that trained and employed street youths like her. She never forgot where she came from, and Caleb remained her biggest cheerleader. Their marriage was blessed with 3 beautiful children, and their home overflowed with love, laughter, and peace. No pride, no pretense. Just 2 hearts that chose each other against all odds. Hello, beautiful viewers. Life has a funny way of testing what truly matters. In the end, it's not wealth, fame, or fancy titles that bring peace. It's love, respect, and the courage to choose happiness over pressure. The lesson here? Never let society or business decide who deserves your heart. A person's true worth isn't found in their pocket, but in their character. Real love builds, not breaks. It heals, not hurts. If this story touched your heart, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you never miss another emotional and inspiring story from us. Till next time, my beautiful people, remember, peace of mind is the real luxury in life. Stay happy, stay blessed, and keep believing in true love.